Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my July TBR, including Jane Austen July. Now, I know most years I do a separate TBR for Jane Austen July, but this year I'm being gentle on myself. There is actually one of the prompts that I've not got a book for here, but with the joy of the fact that I'm reading books from the library a bit more, I'm going to borrow one from the library. I'm going to actually have a look and go down that route because I don't need to buy a book for it and I'm going to be gentle on myself. On the other hand, one of the best things I found about June was where my TBR was set TBR was low because of joy reading June, I mood read a lot more, and going forward that is something I'm going to do. Although I say that and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 books. And I thought that was me being better. But do you know what? I am going to be fair on myself. Some of these books are really short, so I'm not going to really get stressed about them. And I'm just going to enjoy them. I am loving doing my reading catch-ups. I'm absolutely loving being able to pick books off my shelf, and literally just mood reading a lot more. And like I said, going forward, this month obviously my TBR is bigger because of Jane Austen July, but going forward this TBR will be cutting back a lot more because I'm enjoying joy reading a lot more. You're seeing the books as I'm reading them because I'm doing the reading catch-ups anyway. I don't need to stress. Who is going to judge me? I want to be gentle on myself. July is going to be a busy month because obviously the kids get ready. Halfway through the month the kids finish for the summer holidays, and at the end I'm going to be trying to relax. But hopefully this heat wave carries on and I get to enjoy time outside, and hopefully you'll get more videos outside. But the only problem with that is you get lots of noise from the background, so I'm just going to pause for 2 seconds because there's noise. And hopefully you may get background noise in this. I'm so sorry, but this is the joy of filming outside in the summer. And we've got lots of happening. Anyway, I don't want this video to be too long. Let's show you what's happening. So this month is the first month in ages I've not got any buddy reads. Like I said, I've got Jane Austen July. I don't need any more extra stuff going on, so I am literally got none. The Agatha book for the month is actually the shortest book on my Agatha's, and that is The Mousetrap by Agatha Christie. It's her play, it's the shortest book she's actually written. It is, my copy of this is literally about 100 odd pages and nice and short. So this is the Agatha book if you want to know. Like I said, I'm still carrying this going, the Agatha Christie product. I'm not necessarily doing lives anymore, but I'm still reading my Agatha books every month in honour of our friends, so that's that. I will now show you the reread for the month and then we'll do the TBR jar pick. By the way, the reread project is going brilliantly to the fact where I'm going to be continuing that next year because it's working a treat. It's reminding me of books I love, helping me work out which series I want to keep and which ones are not. Last month, this June's one has meant that I want to reread the whole series. This one here is The Little Shop of Happily Ever After by Jenny Colgan. I've not kept many of her series, but this is the series that I'm really tempted to keep. So I thought I would read the first one of it, and it basically goes on to the Little Street Bakery, and I'm going to talk loudly so that everyone can hear me. Sometimes I think being a reader is kind of like, oh, so it's about readers. So this book, I've written a book for and about readers. Nina is a bookworm who dreams of running her own little bookshop. But life is a little trickier within the stories. Oh, this isn't the Little Street Bakery, it's another series, sorry. But Nina, yeah, this is one about bookshops. So this is the series I actually really remember loving. Nina loves, so when she moves to her beautiful wild highlands of Scotland to turn her dreams into reality. I remember loving it. It's about bookshops, I remember really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to rereading this. Now, let's see what the TBR jar is going to do for me this month. There is one book on it, on the TBR jar, that if I get it, I don't necessarily want it this month, but we'll see how I do. And like I said, even with the TBR jar, I'm going to go with it, but if it doesn't work, I'm not going to stress. This is the one I picked, so let's see if I'm going to count. Actually, smashed it. I've got The Queen's Lady, which is a historical fiction Tudory. Admittedly, it means that my historical fiction books are through the roof this month because I've got loads for Jane Austen July, sneaky peek. But I've loved Joanna Hickson's historical fiction books, and this is actually set just pre-Tudor, so it's Ladies in waiting can be a perilous occupation. Raven-haired Joan Guilford has learnt to walk the fine line between the rules of the court life and finding her own happiness. As companion and confidant to the Queen in the Tudor court of Henry VII, her life can truly never be her own. Joan and her husband Sir Richard depend on the royal patronage to thrive on the volatile atmosphere of the palace life. But when the wheels of fortune turns, Joan faces a stark choice: be true to her heart and risk everything, or play the dutiful servant and watch her dreams die. Looking forward to that. So I'm going to put that to one side so I can write that down. Now, actually, I don't even need my notes because I know what this is about. So obviously July is Jane Austen July. I've got to remember to film a clip. We've got lots of... Katie will have lots of videos up. Marissa will have lots. I'm still going to be gentle on myself. So normally I go overboard. Although for the last prompt I have kind of gone overboard. Okay. So the group book is actually Emma, and that's actually the book I wanted to reread anyway. This is probably my second favourite Jane Austen book, and I'll be reading it for the third time, but I blooming love it. And oh my goodness, I won this on a giveaway, and it's only like 390 pages, so it's not one of her longest books, but it's one I absolutely loved. And everyone knows about Emma. I'm probably going to rewatch the most recent adaptation because I really enjoyed that. Emma is a dappy sausage. Emma is the funniest lead character. We know she's got a good heart, but she goes about everything the wrong way. Her leading male is like, I think it's, oh, why do I never remember his name? But yeah, I love the lead character in this. I love my gorgeous, pretty edition of it, and I just love it. So actually, I'm really looking forward to rereading this, and I think I've actually got like 3 rereads this month. But this is like, it's Jane Austen July. Who cares? I really can't wait to read that. I love Emma. It's one of my favourite books ever. And it was my favourite until I read Pride and Prejudice. Now, there obviously is to read one of Jane Austen's shorter works. I am going to be honest with you guys. I've got this copy which has got Lady Susan, the Watsons and Sanditon. I loved Lady Susan. Sanditon I didn't obviously enjoy as much because it's one of the shorter work, and the Watsons. But I'm going to read this actually, rather than reading all 3 in one go, I'm going to read 1 a week of these. And that way I'm going to be gentle on myself, because I do not like reading short stories one after the other, because I don't enjoy them as much. So I'm going to read this. It's a short book. Literally, it is literally only about 200 pages. So I'm going to be gentle on myself. I've just realised that my little TBR job book thingy is gone off. So yes, so for the prompt of a book that's not one of her main novels, I'm going to be reading this. The next prompt is to read a book by a contemporary of Jane Austen. I haven't got any more books. I've read the ones, and I'm not going to buy a book by that, because my classics is thing at the moment is still going a bit pants. So I'm going to borrow a book from the library, and that way I may even try and borrow 2. And put that as an extra book, and that way I'll borrow it from the library, I'll try it. If I don't like it within a short number of pages, I'll DNF it, and I'm not going to be stressed. The next prompt is to read a non-fiction either set in Jane Austen's time or about Jane Austen, and I found this at the library last year. Next year I think I'm going to read one sort of more set in the Georgian era, but this is a memoir of Jane Austen by James Austen Leigh, which I think is her nephew. I've not read it. I bought it last year. I'm really looking forward to finding out that. I love Jane Austen. She's like my second favourite classic author, and probably one of my favourite authors. So this is, it's her nephew James that wrote this, and it's a privileged perspective of first-hand knowledge. So really looking forward to reading that. Then the prompt that I've got a lot for is like a book, either a retelling of Jane Austen, a book set in Jane Austen's time, that kind of gym. And I've kind of got 4 books for it, and one of them you haven't even seen yet, because I've only just bought it, and it'll be on my book haul. Katie, I blame you for this. In fact, I think actually Katie's the fault for most of these books. So sorry, Katie, but you're in trouble. This first one is one that's been out for a while, and now the second book's already out. And this is Miss Austen Investigates by Jessica Ball. And that's someone that Katie's actually done a lot of events with, and Katie really likes her. And I know she's got the second book out, and it kind of makes me think of Alice a little bit as well, because it's like a mystery kind of thing. It's one that I think she would have liked. And it's young in years, Jane Austen has long had the sharp wit and shrewd insight to observe what others do not. So when the body of a milliner is shockingly discovered during a lavish ball at Sir John Harcourt's estate, she sees how polite society can see the truth. With a death pronounced when with the death pronounced a murder and Jane's brother Gregory swiftly accused of the deed, the injustice strikes close to home. Jane writes stories filled with secrets exposed, motives questioned and manners deceiving. Now she must turn her powers of observation into detection and unmask the true murderer. Cannot flipping wait. Bought it, reading it straight away. Who am I and what have you done with Emily? The second one is a reread, but it doesn't count as a reread on my numbers because the first time I had it, I listened to it on audiobook, and I listened to it a while ago, and this is Miss Austen by Jill Hornby. Jill Hornby's since had a recent book coming out in hardback, but I do not buy her books in hardback, so I'm going to wait, and that'll be read next year. Miss Austen is basically about Cassandra Austen. Excuse me, hay fever. So it's set in 1814. Cassandra Austen returns to the village of Kintbury. She knows at some corner of the vicarage where she is staying there is a cache of letters written by her sister Jane. As Cassandra recalls her youth, she pieces together the buried secrets of Jane's history and her own secrets which should not be revealed. I really enjoyed listening to this on audiobook, so I'm looking forward to having my physical copy and reading it. I bought it ages ago and I'm going to reread that. There's one that's not really Jane Austen, I'll save that one. And another one, this is the retelling bit, and this is Charlotte by Helen Moffat. This was out years ago. I think it's had mixed reviews because I remember some people have loved this and some people haven't. But I found it for 25p, so I was not going to kick that to dirt. And it's a retelling, basically it's about Charlotte Lucas. And Charlotte Lucas has no prospect. She's 27, unmarried, plain and poor. When she stuns the neighbourhood by accepting the proposal of the buffoonish Mr. Collins, her best friend Lizzie Bennet is appalled by her decision. But as Mrs. Collins, Charlotte has a whole life before her. 7 years married, and she and her husband live a quiet but contented life until the loss of their beloved son plunges them into grief. Reeling from their loss, Charlotte takes her young daughters to Pemberley to visit Lizzie and Mr. Darcy. There, Charlotte begins to heal, but she is not the only potential visitor that summer. And in the musician Jacob Rostenstein, Charlotte sees a life of passion she might have led. Really actually looking forward to this. This does actually sound really good fun. Then to my book sort of set in that Regency era. It's the second in this series. It's A Lady's Guide to Scandal by Sophie Irwin. Charlotte from Queenie Reads loved this series, and I think Katie did as well. And I loved the first book, so I cannot wait to bloom and read this. And I will get the third book in paperback when it comes out in paperback, because I wait for the same thing. At 27, Eliza Countess of Somerset has lost her husband but gained a fortune. Hers to keep, providing she can steer clear of scandal. The last thing she expects is to be torn between two very different men. A long lost face from the past who plays by the rules, and a roguish poet who scorns convention. This looks really gorgeous. Got it for my birthday from one of my best friends, and Taylor Jenkins Reid written on the back of it, and so is Beth Morey. So I'm really looking forward to that. So those are the Jane Austen books. This video is going to be longer than I thought, but hey ho, I don't mind. Then I've got a couple of my series books. On the series things are just not going well because I keep starting new series and I'm not really finishing them. But hey ho. The first one is the Walsh Girl series, which I'm absolutely blooming loving, and this is about one of the sisters that I've not read about yet, and it's not really in the other books very much. And I got this when on my London trip with the lovely cat not very long last year, and it's about Anna Walsh, this one. And lying in her parents' front room, covered in bandages, Anna's dreams of leaving Dublin and returning to her beloved New York, to her home, her job, and most of all her husband Aidan. Unfortunately, the family have other ideas. She's staying put, and Aidan, he's refusing to even take her calls. Oh my god, this sounds good. The last thing Anna wants is to think about how she ended in this mess, but with nothing else to do, she's forced to question herself why she's 1,000 miles away from the life she loves. Where did it all go wrong, and can she fix it before it's too late? This looks amazing. Cannot wait to read it. It is the longest book of the month. It is... yeah, it's nearly 600 pages, but do you know what? About 600 pages, but do you know what? I fly through these books and I absolutely love them, so I don't mind. Then the next one is one that is part of a duology, and apparently Chatty from the Mad Chatter loved this one, and again it's a chunky one. And this is Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tan. It's like mythology, fantasy. I've got two fantasies in this. There are many legends about my mother. Raised on the moon, Xingji was unaware she was being hidden from the celestial emperor who exiled her mother for stealing the elixir of immortality. But when her magic flares and reveals her, I can't say the name, is forced to flee her home, leaving her mother behind. Alone, powerless and afraid, she makes the way to the celestial kingdom, a land of wonder and secrets. In disguise, she trains alongside the Emperor's son and mastering archery and magic, despite the passion which flames between them. This does look really good. I know Chatty didn't like the second one, but I've got to read the first one first anyway. It's a duology, about 500 pages, and I'm really looking forward to it. So that's my first of my duologies. Then to one of my seasonal reads is Stars in the Italian Sky by Jill Santaporo. It's a dual timeline book. It looks quite summery, so I thought I'd read it. It's partly set in Italy in 1946. The son of a count and the daughter of a tailor belong in opposing worlds. When they set eyes on each other, the undeniably spark ignites a passionate relationship until shifts in political power forces them to commit what the other believes is betrayal, and the bright future together is shattered. And then you got New York 2017. Cassandra and Luca are in love, though neither fits each other's families. They've always felt like the perfect match. When Luca, an artist, convinces his grandmother and Cassie's grandmother to pose for a painting, past and present collide and reveal a secret that changes everything. Good looking, good historical fiction book. I've heard lots of positive things about this author. It's actually about 300 pages, but it looks really good. Then to a book that's inspired by Jem, and I just fancied it this month, and that's Northwards by Daniel Mason. I've not had it for long, but I found it in a charity shop, and for some reason I decided I wanted to read it this month, so I'm going to do it. Literally, what is happening with me, I'm buying books and reading them pretty quickly. It's set over 4 centuries. It's apparently, there's lots of things. It's like a single house deep in the woods of New England, and it's home to runaways and visionaries, inseparable twins, a lovelorn painter, a desperate mother, and a ruthless conman. Each of them a story to tell, prepared to be changed. This was really boosted up, I think, last year, and everyone raved about it. It's not too long, and it's actually got some pictures in it, so it does actually look like quite a good book. Naturey, woods, looks good. Willing to give it a good go. Then probably to one of the ones that I am probably the most excited about, because it really is my jam at the moment, and this is Girl, Goddess, Queen by B. Fitzgerald. It has got this pretty spade edges. I think it's part of a duology actually, because I've just seen the second book come out, and I've seen that in the chat in Waterstones, and it's killing me not to buy it in Waterstones. So if I like this, I may buy the second one in this pretty edition in Waterstones. Thousands of years ago, the gods told a lie. Persephone wasn't taken to hell, but she jumped. There was no way she was going to be quietly married off to some smug god. Now she's taken the matters into her own hands, with plans that will shake Mount Olympus to its very core. After falling in love with the underworld's rude, arrogant, and incredibly annoying ruler Hades, is absolutely and falling in love with him is not part of them. No matter how good he looks in Torchlight. Oh my god, Hades kind of Persephone retelling. This looks so me. Oh my god, I can't wait for this book. And it's pink, and it's pretty, and I can't bloody wait. Why do I have a feeling this one's going to get read very quickly? Then to another seasonal book, but one that is pretty. I love Emma Cowell's books. It's The Island Love Song. It's like about 3 sisters. Oh no, about 2 sisters, Ella and Georgia. Books about sisters, you know, it's got me. And it's set in the picturesque Greek island of Hydra, which is paradise for most, yet for sisters Ella and Georgia, it's a place where their darkest secrets dwell. And now time for them to confront their past as they return to scatter their mother's ashes. Ella is haunted by a love song that was written to her by a man who broke her heart years ago, and longs to find peace so she can move on with her life. Georgia pretends that everything in her life is perfect, but she is plagued with guilt, and it's what's kept hidden. If what's she's kept hidden for decades, it was revealed, their family will never be the same again. Looks good. Summary, that's another good one. And then probably to another one that I'm super excited about, because I got it in hardback straight away. It's Swept Away by Beth O'Leary. I love Beth O'Leary's books. I get them in hardback, I read them straight away. It has the most gorgeous end pages. It's pretty. I didn't get the signed edition. I didn't need the signed edition. I just wanted the pretty spade. I just wanted the pretty book. Oh, look at that! Look at that pretty book. It's so pretty. It's Beth O'Leary. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna read it. It's sort of a sea kind of book, so it's gonna be read on a hot day. Lexi is looking for no strings attached fun with a stranger. She deserves one night for herself, doesn't she? Don't we all want that? Zeke is looking for love, but if one night with a woman like Lexi, he'll break those rules. No, oh my goodness. Sparks fly at the pub. I'm just going to pause again because it's not as bad now. Right, the next morning, hungover. Right, sparks fly at the pub. One passionate kiss leads to another, and they end up stumbling home to Marina together. The next morning, hungover and shaken by an amazing night, Lexi is more than ready for Zeke to leave. There's just one small problem. The houseboat they stayed on has been swept out to sea. Woo! And as the supplies start running desperately low and the waves pick up, Zeke and Lexi soon realise there's much more on the line than their new relationship. Oh my god, this looks so good. I so can't wait for it. It's a book that I'm really excited about. And yeah, I am super excited about all these books. And this is what I needed. I need to find books that just get me like buzzing like this, because my reading has been a bit at the moment where my mental health's not been as amazing, but I'm getting there. Are you guys participating in Jane Austen July? Are you doing set TBRs? What are your plans for July? Let me know in the comments down below. If you got to the end of this video, leave me a sea or water emoji, because we've got like the sea for swept away, like, and it's beaches as well. It's like sea, beach, that kind of emoji, because we'll see summer holidays coming up. Yay! So let's enjoy it. I hope you're all well. Thank you all for being so lovely. You're all absolutely amazing. The community is brilliant and I love you all loads. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, bring on my ding-a-ling. I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.